This recording, I'm going to ask the big question, who is a Jew? This question has been asked exactly 10,358 times and has been answered 0 times. As you can tell by the photo, the video, or the audio, a Jew is somebody who can cook really well. That's a prerequisite to being Jewish. I'm going to look at some source text to answer this question from the source text, and it's just an answer. It's not the answer. Like I said, nobody can answer this question concretely. You know it and you feel it. And the reason why I say you can't answer this question concretely, it seems to me that that's the case because although halakha says a Jew is somebody who's born of a Jewish mother and who goes through giur, notice it did not use the word kosher giur. There's no such thing as a quote-unquote kosher giur. You either did giur or you didn't, period. These modern inventions of the most religious among us are the new reform movement. However, that's how halakha defines it. But even though halakha has a very clear-cut definition, still there's constant debate and endless fighting over who's really Jewish and who's not. So I'm going to provide some source text to try to answer the question and just give one answer among the other millions. The first source text is from Bereshit 35, verse 10. That pasuk is where Hashem renames Yaakov Israel. And so the starting point to answer this question from the source text is that to be a Jew is to essentially be a member of Am Yisrael, to be within the family of Jacob. So that's the first source. Or you could look at it to say all who keep the covenant are called Israel. That's another way to look at it. Already we're starting to have some deviance, and that's the foundation. The second is the word itself, Yehudi, coming from the Hebrew lehodot, to give thanks. And so one who gives thanks or acknowledges the divine power El is Yehuda, Yehudi. And so the next is, if you look at the split between the northern and the southern kingdom, the southern kingdom was made up of Yehuda, Benjamin, and Levi'im. And fast forward to the book of Esther, Mordechai, he's called Yehudi, even though he's from Benjamin. So in the Talmud, in Tractate Megillah 13 side A, it asks the question, why was Mordechai called Yehudi? Well, the answer should have been obvious. He was from Benjamin, the southern kingdom. Why ask the question? But it gives a different answer. It says, because he repudiated Avodah Zarah, and all who repudiate Avodah Zarah are called Yehudi. So the Talmud in Megillah gives us a different answer. There's a final source which I'll quote from Tractate Yevamot 79 side A. And there it brings a Mesorah from David, and it states, it asks a question, what are the 3 signs, the 3 simanim of one who is of the nation of Israel? Going back to the first source, to be Yehudi means to be of the nation of Israel. And in the halachic literature, most of the time it uses that language, Am Yisrael, or Israel, Bnei Israel. Doesn't really use the term Jew so often in the halachic literature as much as it uses Israel. The 3 signs are 1, they're merciful, 2, shamefaced, 3, they do acts of loving kindness. One who has these 3 signs is fit to cleave to the nation.